Good evening, Tallahassee, and welcome to your Wednesday edition of FSU Weather. I'm student meteorologist Michael Annan, and it was another scorcher out there. 95 degrees is our temperature as of 6 o'clock under those mostly sunny skies, and the wind has been a little bit breezy today, south at 14 miles per hour. Satellite and radar has been clear for the entire day. Haven't had any of those sea breeze showers or thunderstorms like we did in Jacksonville yesterday. And that's going to be the story for one more day before some small changes do come due to this cold front as we go into Friday. Will give us that 30% chance of some showers and possibly a thunderstorm. But then a ridge will build back in as we head into the later part of the weekend and into next week once again. For tonight's forecast, another muggy night at around 69 degrees to around 71 in Bainbridge. And your 3-day forecast shows you how the temperatures do remain kind of hot as we go into Friday and Saturday, with those rain chances increasing to 20%. Now we're going to send it off to Dylan with a look at the southeast.
Very much, Michael, and we're going to take a look at the start of the severe weather that's been taking place today and kind of continuing in the same relative area for the last couple of days. And you can see this nice line where that cold front is situated. You see these cooler temperatures behind Little Rock. You're already seeing 83 there, a rain-cooled 83. But again, the eastern part of the southeast seeing a lot of warm, moist temperatures. It's not that comfortable outside. We're seeing records being broken constantly. Just a hot day out there. And as we look at our dew points, you see the moisture kind of ahead of that front that's moving into our area. 68 in Shreveport. 68 in Little Rock as well. A little more moisture situated again where you have those warm temperatures into Tallahassee, Charlotte, and Charleston and Jacksonville. And even on our winds, you can kind of see this high pressure taking over the southeast area. See a little more of a wind speed increase over by Shreveport as you get that cold front situated into their area, whipping up some showers and rain ahead of that. And you see those high winds at 14 in New Orleans and 13 in Shreveport as well. And again, here's that cold front we all been talking about. Severe thunderstorm watches, warnings, and some all along the front. You have some severe weather. This is expected to move farther eastward, though, and kind of dissipate. As we see onto our next 24 hours, you see the front kind of dissipate as we get into tonight. We did have an enhanced risk going into tonight for this severe weather, but tomorrow only seeing thunderstorms. But you do kind of see a resurgence into the later part of the evening. Not too bad, though, just your spotty shower or two, a little bit of a thunderstorm, but nothing really too organized or pronounced. You see the front really take hold into tonight's forecast, seeing 67 degrees. Cold front into the part of summer, not really going to make its impact felt here. 67 in rain in Little Rock, 71 in Shreveport. But then down into Tallahassee, clearer skies, down into Jacksonville and Orlando, clearer skies. But again, clouds really taking hold much of the center part of the southeast. As we get into tomorrow's forecast, you see the front move out of Little Rock, seeing clearing skies into there. Shreveport, though, and Jackson and Nashville still seeing those showers as that front moves eastward. And then the warm area really taking hold into Jacksonville, Orlando, Tampa, all seeing mid to upper 80 or 90s. And then even into parts of North and South Carolina, seeing very, very warm temperatures. But right now, we're going to send it over to Jake, who's going to take a look at our local forecast.
Thank you, Dylan. And yep, once again, mid to upper 90s across the Sunshine State. And that's, again, what we were seeing around the city today. The climate summary has not come in for today quite yet, but it looks like we got a high of about 99 degrees here in the capital city. So just a degree short of that record. Also going to be our third consecutive 99-degree day, if that is the number that verifies, which would be the longest such streak since August of 2014, the weekend that I moved to my first freshman year dorm here in Tallahassee. Again, the sunshine is sticking around for us in the capital city. Sitting at 95 degrees here as we approach or just past 6 o'clock. Mostly sunny skies, a strong southerly breeze. Those dew points are a little bit higher than what we had yesterday, closer to the 70-degree point, so feeling even hotter out there when you factor in that humidity into the heat index. And we'll see that in a second here. The temperature is, again, pretty much scattered all around the 90s, except closer to the coast with that southerly breeze enhancing the effect of the Gulf of Mexico. So you see that 87-degree temperature in Carabel, as well as in Apalachicola, but up towards Bainbridge, more inland in southwestern Georgia. We actually saw a 100-degree reading there earlier in the day today. Thomasville, Valdosta also have climbed well into those upper 90s. And again, the dew points, pretty much the reversal here. Again, if we're closer to the water, 76-degree dew point St. Mark, 77 Carabel. The further north you go, the drier it gets. Monticello is a little bit biased because their observing site is right next to a river, so you'll see that their heat index as we're going to see probably for the rest of the summer, is much higher than anywhere else in the region, so maybe not representative of what you're going to be seeing in downtown Monticello necessarily, but still feeling pretty hot out there. That story does not change at all with the heat index values exceeding 100 degrees in some areas, including Valdosta, St. Mark's, as well as right here in Tallahassee, working into the evening hours. Again, that southwesterly breeze coming in with the Bermuda high starting to really settle in strongly over the western Atlantic Ocean. Another high center right over our area, a little bit off to the south here, ahead of that approaching cold front, which is expected to dissipate in the next couple of days or so as it approaches the area. So not really seeing anything in terms of shower or thunderstorm activity. Any of that convection is really pretty much suppressed for the entirety of the region, even though we did see a couple of pop-up showers in the area over the last couple of days. Off to our north and west, a pretty different picture here. We've seen some pretty heavy rainfall, as Dylan was alluding to, ahead of a cold front. This is expected to march its way down towards the southeast in the next couple of days, but eventually stall out and dissipate before passing through our area. So unfortunately, that heat and that largely dry weather is going to be sticking around for us. A little bit more cloud cover as we work into the morning tomorrow, but that's not really going to change things too much through the day. Again, expecting those temperatures to climb well into those 90s tomorrow and even into the day on Friday, although we will see those rain chances starting to pick up during the day on Friday, especially off to our north and west, calling for about a 30% chance of rain here in the capital city. For tonight, though, low of 69 degrees, partly cloudy skies, really pretty much hanging around 70 for the entire area. Just a little bit above average there. That heat sticks around. Temperatures largely in the mid-90s except for by the coast. And as we see that 7-day forecast, the heat really sticks around mid to upper 90s for the next 7 days. Hoping for some rain Friday and a little bit into the weekend as well here, because as we'll see tomorrow when the new drought monitor comes out, that situation is probably going to be picking up around the really the entirety of the at least tri-state area. But now let's go out to the national with Michael.
Yeah, thanks, Jake. And speaking about that drought, we are almost 9 inches below average for the year, so we definitely do need the rain out there. Now, it is currently very hot across a lot of the southeast. Once again, we do have the frontal boundary staying up towards the northeast and the southern plains. And I'm going to say this. This is today, not yesterday. It's going to look a lot like it did yesterday again. So you see the dew points still very muggy across a lot of the southern plains, 69 in Dallas-Fort Worth, 71 in San Antonio. A little lower dew points as that ridge of high pressure still hanging on in the southeast with 71 in Tallahassee and 60 in Atlanta. Now the wind, you can see how that ridge is starting to move a little bit off towards the east and bring in that little bit of moisture off the Gulf. And we do have that frontal boundary right across the southern plains and across the Midwest. Your satellite and radar does show you how we do have that frontal boundary once again in the southern plains and in the Midwest with that stalled out boundary. And we do have a lot of areas of severe weather once again. Just like yesterday, another round of some severe thunderstorms in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and the New York metro area. We have a large area of severe thunderstorm warnings and a flash flood warning, a huge area for that eastern section of Pennsylvania and northern New Jersey. A lot of heavy rain with these storms and frequent lightning. So you really want to get indoors if you're up towards the New York metro area. Now down towards the central Appalachians and the Roanoke area, we do have a large severe thunderstorm warning for this complex of some thunderstorms, and it should die off slowly as we head into the nighttime hours. And then out towards the southern plains, we do have some severe thunderstorm warnings. In northern Arkansas, we do have some tornado warnings embedded in this line of thunderstorms in southern Oklahoma and northern Texas. And behind this complex of storms, again, the flooding is becoming a major concern with the Arkansas River in major flood states. So we do have a flash flood warning in effect for the Tulsa metro area. Now, the radar and severe weather alerts does show you how we do have that tornado watch still in effect until 8 o'clock Central Standard Time for the southern plains, and other tornado watch out towards the northeast, which is in effect until 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And we do have some severe thunderstorm watches in the Roanoke area as well as into St. Louis, and that's until 7, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time and Central Standard Time, respectively. Now, for the next 24 hours, notice how this front starts to really dissipate as the ridge, even though it breaks down, it really takes out the energy once again out of this cold front, and it just becomes into those scattered showers and thunderstorms, as Dylan alluded earlier, not really any organized severe activity as we go into Thursday and especially into Friday. So for us here in Tallahassee, again, we can only hope for that 30% chance of rain, because that's the only legitimate rain chance we really do have for the next 7 days. Now for tonight, very muggy and warm across the southern tier of the country, with still some chilly conditions out towards the Rockies. And then finally for tomorrow, another hot day. Not as hot as the last few days in the southeast, but we finally get some clearing in the southern plains, thankfully. Now let's send it back to Jake with Florida.
Well, the clear sky is really sticking around for a lot of the Sunshine State, and very warm in the interior of the state of Florida as we see right now at those temperatures. Gainesville in particular, 97 degrees, sunshine sticking around for that area, and really just partial cloudiness pretty much everywhere across Florida, with the exception of maybe a little bit more clouds down towards the southeast, West Palm, Miami, where those temperatures are thankfully a little bit cooler in the mid-80s, albeit a very humid 84 and 86 degrees. That dew point down in the lower 70s in West Palm as well as Miami. But again, drier air settling in right along the Interstate 75 corridor, so areas just to the east of Tampa, up Interstate 4, up towards Ocala, Gainesville, and Lake City, seeing dew points as low as 59 degrees, so feeling thankfully a little bit drier out there. Should reduce those heat index values just a little bit for those spots. But this heat is still pretty substantial here, and not really too much of a breeze in the interior portions of the state either to help calm those concerns a little bit here. Orlando winds out of the east at 16 miles per hour, a little bit breezier if we go towards the coast, and even here in Tallahassee where that strong 10 to 15 mile per hour southerly breeze has been sticking around for pretty much the entirety of the day, really around our whole area here. But pretty much nothing in terms of rainfall going on across the state. Maybe a slight little shower to the north of West Palm Beach along Lake Okeechobee, and a couple of passing showers drifting through the Florida Keys, but otherwise pretty clear conditions sticking around for the majority of the state, and that will hold true to a large extent for the next 48 hours or so. Just some spotty showers possible south of Interstate 4 through the day tomorrow here, and that will continue through Friday. The biggest rain that we're really going to be looking for is as that front approaches from the north and west, areas of the Florida Panhandle could be seeing some more substantial rainfall, specifically to the west of Tallahassee off towards the Pensacola area. So let's start going city by city here. Orlando staying very above average with the temperatures here. Could see a slight rain chance working into the picture by Saturday, but again, nothing more than just an isolated pop-up afternoon thunderstorm, temperatures in the mid to upper 90s. Thankfully, a bit cooler down in Miami, albeit those nighttime lows are going to be close to 80 degrees. The sunshine sticks around, so it'll be a really nice weekend to get out on the beach in South Florida, something to look forward to for sure. And if we go towards Pensacola here, again, the rain chance is going to be a little bit higher Thursday and Friday. We were seeing those 30% rain chances for us in Tallahassee. Temperatures floating around the 90-degree point, perhaps a little bit cooler during the day on Thursday with some potential increased cloud cover. But again, a fairly nice next 3 days to get out on the beach. For tomorrow across the state, temperatures largely in the 70s, partly cloudy skies will be sticking around. And for tomorrow, once again, hot and sunny. It is Florida, it is summer. I guess we're just going to have to deal with it, right, Dylan?
Yeah, it's the Sunshine State, right, Jake? As everyone says, it makes the generic pun, as we all do. Right now, 95 degrees, not seeing that sunshine completely, mostly sunny. Do have a few clouds out in the sky. Not too bad as it looks, but as it feels, not on the great side. We have a south wind at 14 miles per hour, making it feel a little nicer if you get that breeze. So not too bad, and temperatures throughout much of the region. Closer to the coast, much more mild, much more temperate as you have that higher dew point, but farther inland, a little more warm, 99 degrees in Bainbridge, still at 6:13 p.m. So it is still very warm, though they are seeing low dew points, and we'll see something interesting on the heat index in just a second. High dew points on the coast, seeing those upper 70s. Here in Tallahassee, 71 degrees. And as we look at the heat index, which takes the temperature and the dew point, puts it together, gives us what it feels like outside. Well, Bainbridge is actually feeling cooler outside because they're so dry, though in Monticello, as Jake pointed out, next to a river. That's why you see that 107 degree heat index. Here in Tallahassee, feeling like 102 degrees. Very, very warm still out there this late into the evening. And we see the southerly wind bringing just a bit of moisture into those coastal regions. That's why you see that increased dew point. And here in Tallahassee, the 14 mile per hour wind kind of limiting the heating we were going to get. We saw some gusting earlier on, so that's why we might not reach that 100 degree temperature as those winds kind of cool things off just right at the right time. And as we look at the satellite and radar, nothing on the radar now. We did see some showers before the last couple of days, but again, very clear for now, and we're expecting a pattern change as we get into this weekend. Tonight, though, dropping down to 71 degrees, just a light wind at 3 miles per hour. Mostly clear conditions, not too bad of an evening. And then for you tomorrow, waking up at 71, clearing out, but again, the warmth comes back by noon, 90 degrees out there, folks. Stay hydrated, stay aware of the heat. It is going to be another hot day out there tomorrow by noon. And then for your 7-day forecast, keeping the warm temperatures, but then bringing in those rain chances with that cold front, 30% chance of rain on Friday, dropping down to 93 degrees, then warming up a little bit into the weekend, 95 on Saturday, 97 on Sunday. And if you want to find out more about us, follow us all over social media at FSU Weather. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or watch us live on YouTube. Thanks for watching our show. Have a good night.